Hey guys, welcome back. So for today's video, I wanted to share with you how to make your own coffee filter wreath. I've been making coffee filter wreaths for, I want to say, about 6 or 7 years. And since many of us are home right now with not a lot to do, and plus with spring coming or spring almost here, I thought this would be the perfect video to share with you guys. These wreaths make great decor pieces. They're very inexpensive to make because, let's be honest, if you go to like Home Goods or even Target or Marshall's, even Hobby Lobby, wreaths can be like pretty damn expensive, like $25 to $50 or $60. Like, I'm not paying that. So that's why making these wreaths are great. They make great home decor pieces. You can put them on your front door, but better yet, they make excellent gifts for people. I've made them around the holidays. I've made them for like Mother's Day for my mom. You can customize them. So I kind of wanted to share with you guys how to make like the basic coffee filter wreath, and then also share with you guys how you can kind of make them into your own and customize them for like any type of season or etc. But anyways, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the like button and the notification bell down below. And without further ado, if you guys would like to learn how to make your own coffee filter wreath, then just keep watching. Now, there's going to be two different types of wreaths that you can make. Now, for today, I'm going to show you how to make a coffee filter wreath with the filters like looser or more loosely spread apart, if you will. Now, you can also make a coffee filter wreath with the coffee filters very tightly packed, and I'm going to insert a picture to show you what that looks like. Now, that's pretty time consuming. I remember the one that you guys will see, if I didn't insert a picture already, I like to actually put it on my closet door over there around the holidays, but that took me, I want to say about a week, kind of just like doing it for like an hour or so here and there, watching TV or whatever. So that took a good amount of time, but we all have time on our hands, so that's why I figured I'd mention it. But the concept of making the looser fitting one or the looser knit one and then the tightly packed one, it's the same thing. So I just figured I'd mention it. But for today's video, I'm gonna go with the more looser look of the coffee filter. Before we get started, I want to share with you what you are going to need to make this wreath. It's great, you guys, because everything you need is very inexpensive. I want to say like under $15, maybe even $12. It just depends kind of like on where you go and get things. And then if you're gonna add to it with like flowers or anything like that, you can still get them cheap. But generally speaking, everything that you're going to need is very inexpensive. So first off, and most importantly, you're going to need coffee filters. I mean, you can get basic coffee filters anywhere. Now for this video, I'm going to be making a white coffee filter wreath. For the spring, I think it would be perfect, and then kind of like add some flowers in as well. But I did want to mention that you can also use the brown coffee filters. Now in the fall, using the brown coffee filters is my jam. I love making brown coffee filter wreaths. Now, just to be on the safe side, I would just pick up a couple packs of coffee filters. Now for the looser one, I don't think I'm going to use all these, but if you're going to make the tightly packed one, you're going to need a good amount. So I would just pick up a couple packs of them, and then, you know, if you have them left over, you can use them for the next time. And then next, obviously, you're going to need a wreath. Now this wreath, I believe I got at Hobby Lobby. It was like $3.99. That's what the tag says. This is a 14-inch wreath. Now you can honestly use whatever wreath you want. Walmart, I used to go and get like the, they're like the green ones. They almost look like topiary wreaths, if you will. I don't even know if I'm saying that correctly. Whatever type of wreath is fine. If you do go with like the wooden wreath, not the straw wreath, if you go with like the wooden wreath with a lot of the branches sticking off, I would, just to make it easier for you when you're gluing the coffee filters on, to kind of wrap it with like plastic or saran wrap, because this already comes, as you guys can see, it's got like the plastic on it and it holds the straw and the wreath together, but it also makes it easier when I'm going to glue the coffee filters on. So I just figured I'd mention that. And next, I like to use this kind of Sharpie marker, and you guys will see like what I do, but basically it's kind of just helps shape how you're gonna place down the coffee filter. You can honestly use a pen or a pencil. I like to go with this because it's a little bit thicker. And then lastly, or second to lastly, because it's kind of together, is a glue gun. Now Walmart, I know for a fact, sells very, very, very inexpensive glue guns. I don't know how much I paid for this one, but it was definitely like under $5, you guys. So it's just like a mini glue gun. Then you're also going to need the mini glue sticks, and you have to make sure that you go with the mini ones, because I've made the mistake before. I've brought in the regular glue sticks, they don't fit in the mini glue gun. So if you do go with a mini glue gun, which is all you need to make these, make sure you get the mini glue sticks. First off, what you're gonna wanna do is, this is going to help kind of get rid of the lines that the coffee filter has. You're gonna wanna like scrunch it up like this and then open it up and then kind of like smooth it out like this. And you're gonna wanna do that for a good amount. And then it kind of gives it like that crinkly effect, but it doesn't have the lines. I'm gonna go through and kind of do that for a bunch of these. So again, what you do is you just take a coffee filter, you kind of crinkle it up like that. I mean, you don't have to go crazy with it, and then just open it up and then just make sure that most of the lines are like smooth out, and then it kind of just gives it that nice like crinkly effect. So that's why I was saying it's really nice to do this when you're watching TV. Because again, this can be a little bit time consuming. So I'm just gonna do a couple of these so I have a nice pile to select from. Okay, so I just angled the camera a little bit more so you guys can see what I'm doing here. Now, for the tightly packed coffee filter wreath, I wanted to mention that you don't need to crinkle these up and smooth it out because they're so tightly packed that it doesn't really matter. But you can do it, it's just up to you. But I just wanted to mention that if you do go that route, you don't have to crinkle them up and smooth them out. It's either or, it doesn't matter. I think I've done it before where I have and I haven't, so I just figured I'd mention it. But for the looser one that we're gonna make, you need to do this. So I have a good pile. I'm probably gonna have to do a little bit more, but I just wanted to do enough to kind of show you guys how to do this so you guys get the gist. So basically, you are going to take one of these crinkled up and smoothed out coffee filters. You're going to take your Sharpie marker. It doesn't matter which end you use. I'm just going to use the bottom end of it, and you're going to kind of like center it, as you guys can see, center it in the middle of the coffee filter so it's kind of even, and bunch it up like that. So you're holding it like that. And then what you're gonna wanna do, make sure that you've had your glue gun heating for a little bit. Mine's like plugged into the island, so I like don't wanna unplug it here. And you're basically just gonna put a little bit of glue on the bottom, like so. Now this can get a mess, so I would make sure you kind of put paper towels down and everything like that, because this glue can get sticky. And then I'm gonna start kind of like on the side right here, and then I'm just gonna push it down like that, hold it for like a second. And then what I like to do is kind of take the Sharpie marker and do that as well and make sure it sticks. And then there you go. And once it starts like making its shape, you might have to go in on the inside or on the outside a little bit more, but generally speaking, I'm just gonna start there and kind of go through this way, as you guys will see. So let's do it again. We're gonna take another one like that. We're gonna take our Sharpie marker, kind of center it in the middle like that, as you guys can see. We're gonna put a little bit of glue on the bottom of this. It's just the string, it's like, it gets so stringy. And then I am going to kind of, and you can space it apart a little bit, but I'm gonna kind of pack it right there next to it so that the coffee filters kind of touch. And again, once this starts to take shape, you'll be able to go back in certain areas if it looks like there's a gap or anything like that. This I might have to go back in, but once I start lining them up, they'll become closer. We'll do one more. I've got my coffee filter. We're gonna center it with the Sharpie marker like that. We're gonna put a little bit of glue on the bottom, and then I'm going to kind of put it right there. Do that, as you guys can see, and voila. And I just threw my Sharpie pen, but see how it's starting to kind of loosely, you guys kind of see how it's taking shape. Basically, that's it, you guys. It's super easy. It just takes a little bit of time. Now this one, I can, if I just solidly focused on doing it, I could probably get it done in like an hour, hour and a half. And then it depends on like what I want to do in terms of like adding the flowers or everything like that. So I'm going to work on this for a little bit and I will check back in with you. So I just went through that stack of coffee filters. I'm going to have to do some more, but I kind of just wanted to show you guys how it's starting to take shape and it looks so awesome. Now I wanted to also mention to you guys, because I'm probably not going to finish this up today, so I'm going to show you guys the final result. It's like really nice outside, so I want to get outside, but I wanted to show you guys how you can kind of customize it. But you can put anything in these wreaths depending on like what holiday or what season it is. For Christmas time, as you guys saw in the wreath I inserted for the tightly packed coffee filter wreath, I think I put white and champagne, or just white little mini bulbs, and kind of stuff them into it. But you can do flowers. I know for one year for Easter, I put like little Easter egg balls, I glued them in, or little Easter eggs, not balls, little Easter eggs. So you can honestly, you know, kind of customize it and do whatever. I got these at Walmart. They were were like 97 cents for each little bouquet or pack. Now, normally I would go to Michael's, but Michael's isn't open. None of these stores are open physically, so Walmart is what I had to work with. So what I am gonna do, or what you can do when you wanna add to these wreaths, is you just pop off the top like so, and you can kind of just glue them in. So what I most likely will do is kind of just like glue these in, depending on like which pattern I wanna do or the way I wanna like go about doing it, if I wanna go all around with them or just kind of center or bunch them. But that's what you can do to kind of decorate or add to the coffee filter wreath. So I just wanted to mention that. Okay, you guys, so this is the final result of my coffee filter wreath. I don't know if I'm going to keep it on this door, but I wanted to put it up on a door so you guys can see what it looks like. Now, this took me, I want to say, in total a few hours to do. I didn't finish it the day that I showed you guys everything. It took me a couple hours the following day to finish everything, but I did it while I was watching TV, so it honestly didn't even feel like I spent much time on it. Now, this is 2 full packs of the coffee filters. I haven't done this in a while, so I was kind of surprised that I did use 2 full packs of the coffee filters. Now, I went a little bit tighter with the coffee filters than I had planned on, but I'm obsessed with the way it came out. And then after I was done with, filling in the coffee filters, gluing them on, I went in with these pink flowers. And then lastly, what I wanted to mention, I probably should have mentioned this before, but you will notice that some of your coffee filters might stick up higher than other parts of the wreath. So you can just take scissors and kind of cut to make it more level and even, if you will. So I kind of did that. Okay guys, so that is it for this DIY coffee filter wreath tutorial. Let me know in the comments down below, have you ever made a coffee filter wreath or seen them before? Are you thinking about trying to make one of these? I would definitely recommend it. They make great gifts and they also make great decor pieces, and they're very inexpensive. And since most of us, or all of us, have a lot more time on our hands, this is the perfect thing to do to fulfill your time. Anyways, that is it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.